Hey guys, this is Torno, and today we're going to be talking about the Hyperdrive bundle. Specifically the Hyperdrive bundle, we're going to be talking about whether I think it's worth it or not, whether you should be picking that up or not, and basically kind of going over all the different details to do that. But let's get into it. Alright, so Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has one of the best offers you will ever find in any mobile game. I think that honestly, even if you are a level 85 character, there is potentially a huge value within this, but I can't think of another mobile game that has anything that is remotely even close to this bundle, because it's going to get you an insane amount of stuff here. So, highlights, it'll take you up to level 85. It gets you a whole lot of access to a lot of different areas of the game. It's going to upgrade a whole lot of ships for you as well, some characters and gear and resources. Let's have a look at it. So here you're going to be getting your Thrawn as well as your Emperor Palpatine. You're going to get some characters towards the Rey event as well there. You're going to get characters towards CLS. You're going to get your whole Rogue One squad. You're going to get enough Jedi that you could, start a, Jedi Order. A whole lot of troopers here too. Some First Order, Bounty Hunters, Resistance there. You've got a whole lot of Sith too. Your Night Sisters, then some clones, as well as a couple more Empire characters here too. So you've got a whole lot of legendaries you're going to unlock from here. So I'll go quickly kind of show you through here. So if we go to the journey guide here, you're going to get Palpatine, you're going to get Jedi Master Yoda, you're going to be able to get R2-D2, BB-8, you're going to get Thrawn there, you're going to... I don't think you actually get some Separatists here. Let me just double check that, because... No Separatists. So you get some characters that you're going to be able to obviously work towards there with Padme, but there's no Separatists within this, unfortunately. Separatists, so you won't be able to get Padme there. You're going to get some characters towards CLS, and for Rey here, so for Rey you'll get, Finn, you'll get Rey, BB-8, you'll get the two veteran smugglers there, and I believe you get Poe as well. Poe actually used here? No, for some reason I thought Poe was used here, but I don't think he is. But either way, you'll have him towards a Resistance team as well. You're not going to unlock her, unfortunately, because she is 330. She does require 7 stars for those characters, but you'll at least get a decent towards her. You won't get Mando, unfortunately, because Mando is, mostly new characters. You're not going to get anything towards, but you'll be able to work towards them pretty easily. You'll get some of these guys towards the Imperial Chimera there. Towards Revan here, you're going to be able to get your, Bastilla? I don't think there was anyone else towards Revan, though. And towards the Millennium Falcon, you'll get some of the ships that are required from here. I'll show you the ships in a minute. Gas, you'll get Asajj from in there, and Ahsoka as well, though you should get Ahsoka pretty easily. So you're going to get a lot towards these things. The Galactic Legends as well, you'll get characters towards too, like in here you'll get like Finn and stuff. These are obviously way more late game, but you'll at least get the characters unlocked and a whole lot of shards for them to make it a lot easier later on. So that's the characters. A lot of legendaries that you'll unlock, a lot of characters towards other characters that are going to be required in other areas of the game as well. Your ships, you're going to get a whole lot of the bounty hunter ships, as well as some dark side ships here too, as well as some rebel ships here to be able to make basically 3 easily made fleets there. Then from your actual resources, you'll get 200 crystals there. You get a whole bunch of Galactic War tokens, a whole lot of Cantina tokens as well, some Arena tokens, Fleet tokens. You're going to get most of the way towards a Zeta there, as well as some Omega. I believe Zetas are 20, but you get 10, so that's about half of them. This is, irrelevant. The gold is the credits. Like, there's a fair chunk of credits there. A whole lot of training mats, a whole lot of energy, lots of gear. Lots and lots and lots of gear. Not just like purple gear or anything like that either. You get a whole lot of these portraits as well if you haven't unlocked them. Depends on where you are at the game. So, do I think it's worth it? I think that's the big question is this pack, is the hyperdrive worth it? So let's have a look. At the moment, it is costing 80 Australian dollars. So this is Australian dollars. So I'm only going to compare Australian dollars to Australian dollars because, it's easier, but it is 50 US dollars as well. So if I'm going to go have a look at, let's say, for example, the new Zelda game. The new Zelda game is coming out. Tears of the Kingdom. Tears? I think it's meant to be a pun between the two of them. For Switch. And this game is obviously, a very, very, what's the word? Sought after game. a very hyped game that people have been looking forward to for quite a while. So this is going to cost me roughly 10 Australian dollars more than that. If we have a look at other games that have just come out, so look at the PS4 games, for example, this new release here, you're looking at roughly around the same, like that $80, the new Resident Evil, $110. That's the normal edition for it too. $120 for new WWE. $100 for this Monster Energy Supercross. 110. So you're looking like, 110, depending on the game. Like some of them are, what's the word? Like not as mainstream games, more indie games are cheaper. But most mainstream games, you're looking at, Hogwarts Legacy, 110 there. So let's take, for example, let's go back to this Legend of Zelda. That's, $90. In the previous Legend of Zelda game, you could get 50 hours out of it, or 89 hours for 100% completion. So let's compare that. There's not really a comparison because it's going to be very, very individual. I think that's the big thing here is that I want to drive home is it's going to be up to you. Do you think it's worth it? I am level 54. I've been playing for a week and a half now, and I've got up to level 54. However, that was taking into account two things. One was, both of them were huge XP boosts that were provided by Capital Games. You get initial calendars that are going to give you a huge XP boost and everything, which is great. Allow you to get a fair chunk into the game, level 54 at the moment, as I said, a week and a half into the game. I've got a bit open up to me, which is amazing. Being able to, progress through a whole lot of this different stuff is great. However, there is so much here that I'm missing. As I said, I'm level 54. I've got, 31 levels to go. That's going to take me quite a while. The estimated length to be able to get up to level 85 is around 110 days, I believe, but that's before the XP boost. So, I mean, even not taking into account those XP boosts, I'd be probably looking at 90 to 100 days, I assume. It all depends on how much you're spending on crystals and stuff. Now, generally, free to play, obviously, in games. I think that free to play is worth it. However, do you think, I guess that's the thing that you've got to ask yourself. If I'm looking to start this game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, am I going to get the same value out of this? Where, I'm saving 110 days, and I'm getting all of this stuff, as I will get out of something like this. Will I get the same enjoyment? Will I get the same value? Will I, enjoy it as much? Now, if I have a look at something like Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Strike Force, I've spent a lot more than that on it. At the moment, in Marvel Strike Force, a character, so one character, I think it's 100 shards or something like that, I would be looking to pay around the same amount as that. 100 shards for the same amount as that. Obviously, that's not worth it. That's not worth a full price game. in any world. And don't get me wrong, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes has their own awful bundles that aren't really worth it, like $31 for 30 Marin shards. I don't think is worth it in any capacity. I don't think any of those are going to be worth it unless you are a whale or, you know, want to be super competitive. But being able to, you know, progress in the game with a huge surplus of resources and stuff like that to jump up, personally, you got to weigh up whether the resources and everything and the skip there is going to be the value of a full price game for you. If this is the only purchase you make on Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and you make out with, you know, let's say 189 hours of content, that's like, you know, if you play the game for an hour a day, which I think is roughly what I would look at with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, an hour a day, that's less than a year. Will you be playing this game in a year? That's the things that you got to kind of toss up. Will you be playing it in the year? Will you enjoy it in a year? Will you make out like a bandit and get, like, you know, this huge jump of resources and then be enjoying it a lot? As a personal question, you guys have got to ask yourself. Personally, I think it's worth it to use this. Even if, like, even myself, I am, you know, a week and a half into the game. The amount of sheer resources this is going to save and time it's going to save and enjoyment that I will get out of this is probably going to be worth it. So I'm going to make the announcement here that I'm going to be purchasing this Hyperdrive bundle because I think that I will get out of the game enough that, you know, $80 is worth it. I think personally, it's a really decent offer, and I don't think that there is any game that comes even close to this is a mobile game. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And if I swayed you one way or the other, I think tossing up, do you, like, I don't know. Tossing up, will you get enough out of this game that purchasing a full price game, you'll get your money back, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Like, you know, get enough enjoyment out of it that you could purchase this instead of purchasing, say, the new Spider-Man game, or like this, like there is another option here, which is that it could potentially go on sale as well. They have historically had sales on the 4th of May and the what was it? The anniversary of the game launching. So they could put it on sale there and half price it, you know, down to $25. I don't know. Again, this is like $50 US. So they've halved the price. In fact, it formerly was $100. So we haven't had a discount on it since it got reduced because it just hasn't been one of those anniversaries or anything since then. But the amount of stuff you get from here, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Have a great day and goodbye.